Welcome to lesson 4. This is all about growing our resilience because along the journey of trying to get better and better at our focus and our productivity, or really anything in our life, obstacles are inevitable. That's it. And we need to learn from our mistakes that are there. There's a story quite a while ago of me and my wife and my family getting on a plane, and it was a short flight from Northern California to Southern California. And my son at the time, and I have 3 sons now, but my oldest son at the time was still in diapers, and we were late to the plane. And so my wife was telling me that we need to stop to get him diapers. I said, "It's a 45-minute flight, no problem. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. We don't have time. We're late for the plane." And so we got on the plane, and we were late. We were one of the last people on the plane, and 15 minutes into the flight, I have this smell, and I'm smelling something, and it turns out that, if you've ever had a child, whether you have or you haven't, young babies can have accidents, and so he did, and it was a big blowout accident that went all over my pants. And I was there, stuck in a plane that was completely full. And so didn't know what to do in that moment. And so I got up and I was trying to soothe him. And in that moment, I realized that this was a really hard moment. And it's you're that person on the plane that everyone's staring at and no one wants to be around you. And not only that, you smell and you have it all over you. And so I go straight to the bathroom, and of course there's a long line of people waiting for the bathroom. So there I am, stuck. So I recognize in that moment, because of my training in this, I say to myself, hey, this is a tough moment. This is a tough moment. There's nothing I can do about it right now. And in life, there's tough moments. And you know what? No doubt there's other parents on this plane, or people who have been parents of young children who have had something similar happen to them. And I'm not alone in this, and no doubt there's other airplanes flying around the world with somebody else who's having something similar happening to him or her right now. And so the better question is, what do I need right now? That's the better question. Versus, how do I get out of here and how do I do this? There was nothing for me to do. What do I need right now? And I needed to ease my body. I needed to get in touch with the humor behind the situation. And so I did. I settled down and I softened my body. I took some deep breaths. And as I did that, my son started to calm down as well. He was clearly feeding off of my anxiety that was there. And in that moment, I was more resilient. And that's just a funny story to let you know that along your path of getting more focused and being more productive, again, personally or professionally, really, there's going to be tough moments. There's a journey that we go through. And initially, upon listening to this course, you may initially be really motivated. You might say, you know what, I can really do this, and this is going to help me do that. This is going to help me get more productive, be more focused, achieve the things that I want to achieve. And then something might happen. You might get hurt. You might get sick. Someone in your family might have a situation which causes stress. You might get a bill that stresses you out. And then you fall off track, and then you say to yourself, wow, this is really harder than I thought. So you take a deep breath and you say, well, hold on a second. I told myself I was going to commit to this, and so I'm going to commit to this and then get back on track. And so you refocus. And then something starts happening where you're not seeing the kind of productivity you want to see. The focus isn't there like you thought it might have been with the same expectation that you had in the past. And so you start to feel kind of bummed out. And if you have the wherewithal to say, you know what, this is a tough moment. And in life, there's tough moments. Along the change journey, there's tough moments. What do I need right now? I need to take a deep breath, soften my body. I need to go back to some of the earlier lessons in here. And I need to recognize, I need to release, I need to refocus on what matters. And I'm going to do that. And then you regain your focus again. Get back on track. You're refocused all over again. You're doing your block time. You're remembering why you're after this type of thing that you're wanting in your life. and you're refocused. And then something happens where you get some feedback from somebody and they tell you you're not doing as well as you thought you were doing. And you say, you know what, I don't think this is for me. Maybe this whole focus of mine, achieving this dream, achieving this idea, achieving this accomplishment, this task, whatever it might be, isn't for me. And so dysphoria sets in. And then you remember, oh my God, that's right. This is a tough moment. And along the change journey, there's tough moments. And what I really need right now is to remind myself of my why and how. And I need to get people around me who are going to support me and inspire me. And so you do that and you regain your mindfulness, you regain your focus, and you're up there. And then something happens. You get a positive appraisal. You get some positive feedback. You're like, I'm okay. Life is good. This is good. I'm on track here. There's a rhythm going on. And then something happens. You get a big bill in the mail, or someone gets sick again, or you get sick and you get tired, and the stress arises. What if I have another setback? What if I really can't do this? And doubt arises and fear arises and so on and on. But the key here is, after that good story, hopefully you're like, yes, that's me. Oh my God, I've had that in my life. And that's my own track. I get that from my own experience. And hopefully what you get out of this is this idea that along the change journey, there's these downs. But what we really want to do in these down moments is recognize that down moments are our best teachers. They're the ones that if we can say to ourselves, this is a tough moment in life, there's tough moments. What do I actually need right now? How do I need to refocus right now? Then that's going to teach us that I can get through this. And you know what? No matter what comes my way, I'm going to be okay. My first book was a huge success, as I mentioned before. Huge success to me anyway. Over 150,000 copies sold, and it was being used in a variety of programs for people. Then the second book I talked to you about that I had a difficult time getting through and refocusing on, and finally I did. It's a fantastic book called The Now Effect, and it's helped thousands and thousands and thousands of people, but it didn't achieve the same success as the first book. So then when I got to my next book, I had the same thing. I fell into that trap, self-doubt. Can I even do this? Is this going to be successful? Look, the first one was way more successful than the second one. Can I even, am I even going to are people going to get benefit out of this? So I was filled with self-doubt. But if I didn't recognize it, you know what? Hey, this is a tough moment. In life, there's tough moments. Other people experiencing this. And you know what? Any creative experiences that for sure. So what do I need right now? I need to surround myself with the right people. We'll get to that in the next lesson. And I need to listen to the part of myself that knows that I've done great things in the past and I can do it again. So I needed to learn more. I need to listen more. I needed more self-compassion, the recognition of my struggle with an inclination to want to support myself. I wrote a new book called Uncovering Happiness. Huge success. Has impacted thousands and thousands and thousands of people's lives. If I would allow that down moment to take hold of me, if I didn't know how to recognize, release, refocus, if I didn't know how to recognize that other people go through this, that difficult moments are a part of life, what do I need to ask that question? I wouldn't have been able to get back on the horse and complete that next book. Believe me, I'll be using this in the next book that I'm writing too. So to move through that one and get that one out there in the world, because I know that the world will benefit deeply from it. So these are the three questions. The three statements. They're not all questions. The last one's a question. This is a tough moment. In life, there are tough moments. What you're doing is you're connecting with other people there. You're feeling that you're not alone. This is part of our common humanity. What do I need right now is that question. To work through this down moment right here, regain my focus, regain my mindfulness, regain my action. Maybe what I need is to revisit my what, why, and how. Use these three questions in your daily life. Recognize that the change journey has its ups and downs. It's inevitable. Obstacles are inevitable. And support yourself through this. I want to bring you through another practice right now that is also going to help train this in you. But think of the tips that I'm giving you here as like habits, and think of like these practices, these meditations as like your workouts. And so here's this workout, this meditation called SAFE. Stands for soften into the feeling, allow it to be there. Don't get pulled off track, just allow it to be there. Feel into it. Understand what the needs are that you have in that moment. Expand, recognize you're not alone. Expand to other people. So get in a comfortable position, either seated or lying down. Take a couple deep breaths. Release with the exhale any tension or holding in your body. I want you to begin to picture either a difficult moment that you can anticipate coming up in front of you that you would think would veer you off your focus and productivity. Or maybe a difficult moment in the past where you felt down, full of self-doubt, didn't think you could accomplish it, or just a difficult moment where you got frustrated or angry. Picture it in your mind like a movie in your mind. Who was there? What's happening? What's being said? What are you thinking? How are you feeling? Begin to soften your body around the feeling that's there. And allow it to be there. There's nothing to do with it. Just allow the feeling to be there as it is. The state of feeling sad or anxious or bummed or heavy, whatever the feeling might be. Feeling into it a little bit deeper. Where is it in your body? Is it a heaviness in your chest? Is it a pit in your stomach? Is it a fluttering? Is it a tightness, a constriction? See if you can soften around it a little bit. Asking yourself the question, what am I needing right now? What am I needing? Is it to feel more confident? To be supported? To feel cared about or understood? Whatever it is that you're needing to be more relaxed, more at ease. Breathing in and imagining that flowing in through the inhalation, almost like it's feeding the cells of your body. May I be more at ease, be more confident, feel more relaxed, feel understood, cared about. Accept myself more as I am. Breathing in, breathe that in. Breathing out, releasing, softening around the feeling. I want you to expand this. Imagine all the other people, even in your community, but even around the world, who are experiencing something similar, who have experienced that same stuckness, that same doubt, that same difficult moment, that same hard experience. Imagining how many people, and seeing if you can envision them in your mind's eye. This is a part of being human. And so breathing in, one for me, breathing out, one for everyone. Breathing in that supportive, friendly, caring intention towards yourself. Breathing out, imagining it flowing out to all people who are experiencing something similar. Just notice how you're feeling right now. And in a moment, we'll come to the end of this practice. But just taking a moment to acknowledge yourself for taking the time out of all your daily busyness to engage this for your own health and well-being and resilience. You're not alone in this. These difficult moments are a part of life. It's upon us to remember that and to ask ourselves what we're needing. Practice and repetition. You're going to get better and better at this, bouncing back from the tough moments, refocusing back onto what matters most, being more and more productive towards your goals. See you in the next lesson.